What is up guys, Alec here, and today I'm going to be talking about Instagram for musicians. If you're a rapper, producer, guitar player, piano player, classical music singer, I don't know, anything to do with music, and you're on Instagram, this video is for you. Now for the people who are going to say, now wait a minute Alec, you're not a music artist on Instagram. I know I'm not, but I do study a lot of different artists in different genres and all of their different kinds of marketing strategies on social media. Second of all, I play a little bit of piano and guitar. I don't even know why I did that, I just wanted to weird flex, but okay. Right, back to the video. God. And yeah, third of all, I got a degree in live sound production in London, so I got the chance to network with a load of different music artists, and I even got a chance to work with a few and help them with their social media presence. So yeah, that's why I feel like I'm able to make this video and help musicians on Instagram. So I'm going to give you 14 tips to help you as an artist improve your presence on Instagram and grow a following. So the first tip is to access your fan insights and use your fan insights. To access your insights, you have to be a business page on Instagram. And in these insights, you get loads of types of different data from the past 7 days. You can see loads of different demographics for your followers, such as their age, their sex, and also their location. And for their location, it can be really useful when you're an artist that starts to get a little bit of traction. It can be really good for organising meetups or even planning tours. You can also see the best times to post, which I highly suggest sticking to if you only post a few times a week. And you can see what content works best, so you can try and reproduce more of your high-performing content. Tip number 2 is for Instagram stories. Instagram stories are a great way to build a connection with your followers, to show them a little bit of behind the scenes of your life. You can be doing stories of you in the studio and other activities you do throughout the day. Try and make stories that are relatable enough where people can tell you're actually just another human being. Fans love being able to relate to artists they listen to. And stories are really useful for promoting your new music and concerts because it allows you to post stuff up for 24 hours without clogging up your feed on Instagram. Tip number 3 is engage with your fans. Now this isn't just for musicians on Instagram, this is for everyone who's looking to grow. A lot of people take this for granted, but when people get comments and DMs, I see a lot of people that don't actually answer them. You have to literally reply to every single comment and every single DM because it just helps so much. Your fans absolutely love it when you reply to their comment. When they send you a DM and you don't even reply to them, I don't know, some people think you're big-headed, especially if you only have a few thousand followers. I mean, what's that all about? If you've only got 100 followers and someone sends you like, oh, I love your music, and you don't reply, I mean, you have completely got your head on the wrong way. So yeah, if someone sends you a DM, reply to them, or at least acknowledge them by tapping on the heart. Even ask them a question back, because that will just go the extra mile and they'll feel so special, the fact that you've asked them a question. So reply to every single comment, every single DM, and always engage with your fans, because remember, without your fans, you aren't anything. Another great way to appreciate your fans on Instagram is that when someone tags you in their stories on Instagram, you can repost that story to your story to show your appreciation. Fuck, what are you all about, you f***ing mute, turned off. Tip number 4 is use hashtags. Always use hashtags. I always use between 20 to 28. People say that if you use 30 hashtags, Instagram sees you as abusing the hashtag feature. I've used 30 hashtags on multiple posts before, many times in a row, and I've never had anything bad happen to my account, but never copy and paste the same hashtag set to each post. Always switch up the hashtags. The reason being is because Instagram will see that as spam, and second of all, you want your hashtags to be relatable to your content. If you post about a concert that you're going to be doing in London, put the hashtag London concert and things like that. Location-based hashtags work really well on Instagram, especially for small artists, but always make sure your hashtags are relatable to your content. Tip number 5 is don't over-promote. Now the reason someone follows you on Instagram when you're an artist is because they like their music and they want to get to know you more as a person. However, if you're an artist who's only posting about their new music on Instagram or only posting about their concerts, they're not really going to get to know you anymore, so they'll potentially unfollow you. Now all of your fans already know that you make music, so don't spam the fact that your new song is coming out every single day. And that's why you have stories. On your stories you can do that, but on your feed you want to try and make it more personable and keep it about your life and not just your music. Tip number 6 is don't follow too many people. Now this one is especially for artists who haven't yet established a following of their own. If I was an artist that only had 500 followers, I wouldn't follow more than a couple of hundred people, and most of those people I would make them other artists that influence me or that I'm inspired by. When and I'm sure a lot of you click on a profile and you see they have 2,000 followers but they're following 5,000 people, it just doesn't look good at all. It literally looks like you are following and unfollowing, or you're just spammy on Instagram. It just doesn't look good in my opinion. In my opinion, it looks more professional if you're following only around 100 or 200 people. But of course, when you get like 50,000 followers, the number of people you follow becomes a lot less important. Tip number 7 is tag streaming services. Now, every time you post about promoting your new album or new single, in the caption of that post, you can put available now on all streaming services, and then you can like tag Apple Music, Spotify Music, and Deezer Music. I just think this is a good extra way to get a little bit more attention. I would tag them in the post and also in the caption, and then same goes for your stories. Always do it, because you never know. One day it could happen that they might actually repost your content or even just like your picture, and that's just extra exposure for your music to be discovered. Tip number 8 is only have one account on Instagram. Don't have a personal account and a separate account for your music. Make your personal account your music account. This way, when your fans do follow you on Instagram, they get to know more about you and they'll stick around and follow you on your journey as you grow as a musician. If you have an account that's just for your music, they won't get to know the actual person behind the artist, which is one of the reasons why most people follow their favourite artist. Tip number 9, now this one's a little bit cliche, but focus more on your music than the actual algorithm on Instagram. Focus on making more music and better music and improving your music skills than actually worrying about what exact hashtags to use on Instagram. There's a lot of people I know, and even I'm guilty of this, is worrying too much about the algorithm and not focusing on content. Me, when it comes to my YouTube videos, sometimes I'm always looking for the next secret hack online, even though the best thing to do is just put out more videos and more content. So just focus on making more music and the fans will come. Tip number 10 is self-promotion on Instagram, but make sure you self-promote the right way. So many people on Instagram, now especially rappers and SoundCloud rappers, comment on other big artists' pictures with like, oh, do you think I'm any good at rapping, or check out my latest single, and it's really bad, and it just doesn't make you look good as an artist. You just look unprofessional in my opinion. No offense to any of you, but a better way to do this is to actually leave your opinion or a valuable comment on someone else's post, and then hopefully they'll check out your account from your comment. Comments are kind of like backlinks. Every time you leave a comment, it's an extra link back to your profile. But when you leave a comment, please don't say, oh, check out my latest single, I've just released it. First of all, people don't like it. And second of all, it's kind of disrespectful in other artists' posts. I'm not a massive fan when people comment on my videos saying, follow me on Instagram or check out my latest video on YouTube. Now, to self-promote the right way, you want to turn on post notifications for some of the artists that inspire you. And then as soon as they post and you get that notification, you want to leave a clever or witty comment or even a funny comment under their post, and hopefully you'll get a lot of likes, and those people will sometimes check out your profile, which will then lead to them potentially discovering your music. Tip number 11, don't grid on Instagram. Now, there are a lot of people who like chop up their photos and like they'll make one photo take 9 posts, so when you look at the feed it will look kind of nice. But this is actually really bad for your engagement on Instagram, because a lot of the time when you see those posts in the feed, you'll scroll past, so you don't even know what they are. And Instagram will see this as bad content, so they'll be a lot less likely to actually promote your posts in the future to the rest of your followers. So yeah, this destroys your engagement rate on Instagram, so try and avoid gridding. Although it does look nice in your feed, avoid doing it. Or you can try and do it a clever way where a single post still looks good, a little bit like A$AP Rocky did quite a while ago, or DJ Mustard. There are a few people who've done it on Instagram where it looks quite good, but avoid doing it because it does destroy your engagement rate on Instagram. Tip number 12 is give people a reason to turn on their post notifications. Now, everyone knows that to grow on Instagram, you need to get engagement, and you need to get engagement fast on your posts because Instagram then sees it as good content. For this to happen, you want people to turn on their post notifications. Now, there can be loads of different reasons why people are going to want to switch them on. For example, as an artist, you could put on your story, I'm going to post in 2 hours, and I'm going to answer the 10 first questions that are posted on that post to make sure you turn on your post notifications. There are loads of different reasons why. You could say, I'm going to DM the first 5 people to like my next post to make sure you switch notifications on. There are literally hundreds of reasons why, so just try and find a reason yourself, make it creative. This will make your followers want to turn on post notifications for your content. Tip number 13 is get a small core network of musicians on Instagram that support each other and help each other grow by commenting and engaging with each other's content. For example, if you're a producer on Instagram and a rapper you just did a track for posts it up on his post, you want to go and like that post, you want to comment on that post, and you want to engage with the people who are engaging with that post. And then this will lead this person's followers back to your account. And so always support other musicians on Instagram, and hopefully they'll support you back. And finally, tip number 14, which is the last tip, the best content for your Instagram profile as an artist or a band or whatnot is pictures of you or videos of you. Most of the people that follow you on Instagram follow you, like I've said before, because they want to get to know more about the artist. So try and put as many pictures and videos up of you as much as possible, even if it's just a quick video update of saying how you're doing, or it's a video of you singing in the studio. But content of you is the content that's going to work best and is the content that's going to get the highest engagement. That being said, that's it for today's video. If you found any of these tips useful and you really like this video, let me know in the comment section below. If you think I forgot any tips that could help other artists, also let me know in the comment section below. I'll make sure to heart it or pin it if I think it's a really useful one. If you want to see more videos about Instagram news, tips and tricks, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. And again, guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Peace out.